After Talk Radio, you're in to all things music.
Welcome to Rekt Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Erik, Paul, and Shark. And Amy.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It finally happened.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, guys. I like that little scratch.
Yeah, I've been waiting to pull that on you guys all week.
A great wrong has been righted finally.
Yeah.
When did you guys finally get that done?
Like last week.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's why we haven't done a show. The bumper was holding it up.
Oh, that's like a big red bow that greeted me today. Thanks, guys. That was awesome. And I guess welcome back. Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
What was the last thing?
Citizen Kane. It was like 80 years ago, I think. Was our last show.
It's all right.
The Great Train Robbery is the first
Oh,
one.
I think we did Infinity Wars last.
Is that the last thing we did?
I think so, yeah.
Holy crap, that was before summer.
Yeah. That was back
no, we did Solo.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Like,
trying to
nobody
forget that
remembers that
movie.
Yeah.
That was still, June maybe, I think? Or, I don't know. Anyway.
That was before June, I think.
Yeah,
I was trying to forget that movie.
I think that was
Sorry,
May,
guys.
too, yeah. We skipped June, and now here it is the end of July.
The world's suckiest movie, apparently, until now.
It was a rough June.
It
There's
was.
not
It's been
much.
a rough summer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen anything
Yeah, me
good.
neither.
just since Infinity War, and that was just okay.
I haven't seen a movie since Infinity War.
You didn't see Solo?
Or, no, actually, I did see Solo. So, yeah.
Again, we're trying to forget that movie
Yeah, that-
exists.
That doesn't really exist. There is no Solo. So,
So this is kind of a special episode for us because,
So we
This
haven't
is-
watched anything?
yeah.
well, so our first episode was Jurassic World, right? That
Mhm.
first one.
That
It's been
terrible-
already. It was like 3 years ago.
We've been doing this for 3 years.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out.
I gotta look up. I'll look up the date.
That was the first episode. So,
Yeah, so the only reason we're reviewing this piece of shit is for sentimental reasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't even see it, but I feel like I know everything that happened in it.
There is not one original thought in this entire movie.
Yeah.
I have to agree on that, actually.
2015, yeah.
Oh, well, that's actually before I started here. So this is technically my first Jurassic World.
This is your first show
experience.
ever, really, because that's the
Yeah.
first time you were in the bumper. So
That's true. That's true.
you didn't exist before this.
The bumper's amazing though.
Came out June 12th.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, it's actually been 3 years. Wow.
Well, happy anniversary, everyone.
Yay.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, drink to
Yeah,
that.
speaking of drinks, what are we drinking today?
I am drinking water
Oh.
because I've been on a whole bunch of trips lately, and I've drank too much. Never ever drink tequila. It is the devil's urine.
Yeah.
It'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Was it authentic, though, with the worm?
I feel that way about Jägermeister.
oh god. Yeah. Actually, you know what?
Those are the two that always come up.
It was really good tequila.
Okay.
That I was drinking, but you can't. I mean, anything that's good, if you have too much of it, is just done.
Yeah, it's
pretty
bad.
Yeah, if you eat a lot of steak, that'll kill you too. So,
pretty bad. Okay.
so yeah.
I feel like tequila is the thing that girls always like. Oh my god, tequila!
Oh, no.
And Jaeger is for like where guys go too far overboard
It's all,
with it.
yeah, it's all bad.
Actually, I'm
bad
kind of
decisions.
opposite on that. Like tequila, actually, I had a really bad experience with it, and I never had it since. But for me, it's like Jack and Coke is my go-to. But I don't mind Jägermeister if it's like a Jaeger bomb. I don't know. I know. I don't do it very often though. Okay, so you're staying hydrated.
Give me a nice cold beer anytime, and a shot of SoCo,
Absolutely.
which, by the way, I will not be drinking for a while after my Las Vegas trip. So,
Well, go see Jurassic World. You may change your
It'll
mind.
drive you right back to drink.
All right, I guess I'll go next. I actually stopped at 7-Eleven. My first purchase was a Slurpee. Sorry, I was like, oh, I'll just bring it. And I wanted to see what they had, but they actually have this, this is such a girl's drink. It's a pineapple Rita. So it's basically like the margarita strawberritas, but they made a pineapple one. It's actually pretty good. It actually just tastes like pineapple juice, to be honest.
you know what? It is a girly drink, but for those of you listening that don't know how hot it is right now, I would gladly have a cold pineapple
Yeah.
Rita.
Dude, it's really gross outside. I mean, says the girl. I'm wearing a hoodie, but where I came from was like 90, so there's like a 15-degree difference where we're at. So I was like, ooh.
You got cold down here?
It got cold, actually. It's
Yeah, that brisk 80-degree breeze.
Hey, I'll take it.
I don't know how you're pulling off the hoodie. Trust me, if I weren't in public, I would be naked right now. I say
I'm sweating just looking at you. Yeah,
Dude, well, California attire is rainbow sandals, shorts, and I have a short sleeve shirt, and I put on my hoodie. So I might take it off. I don't know. We'll see. It's not too bad, though.
I'm obviously not one of the cool kids in California.
Oh, yeah, you
I
are.
don't have any rainbow slippers.
Oh, those things are expensive, though. But they're a lifetime
I don't
warranty.
have flip-flops.
Rainbow slippers?
Rainbow flip-flops.
Sandals, right?
It's a brand. It's like $50, but lifetime guarantee.
My
and they're-
wife's got some, yeah. They're super expensive.
Yeah, but they're like hemp ones, so they're actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking, it's called Exclusive Member. It's the 11th anniversary beer from Pizza Port that they just released, and it is excellent. It's a double IPA, and I highly recommend it.
Pizza Port does their own beer?
Yeah. Yeah, they're one of the better breweries around.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
It's so
Good
fancy,
pizza,
too.
good beer. Yeah.
It's like black and gold and white. So it is
Yeah,
exclusive.
it looks very exclusive. Yeah. It's like something you get when you have like a billion lighter miles. Or
It's
something.
like a Jay-Z beer.
Oh, remember Nelly when he had his pimp juice?
Gosh, yeah.
That actually was good. I'm not gonna lie. I had some. It tasted like sweet tarts. So.
If I had like his phone number, I would have called him up and said, "Kill yourself," like today.
Is it
Do
as
it
bad
immediately.
as Zima? You remember Zima?
Oh, God.
Oh, see?
Zima was like Sprite with like somebody touched it with alcohol.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Oh, the 90s.
What
Oh,
about
sorry.
you, Paul?
I'm drinking a new Duckfoot Golden Honey Ale
Ooh.
Man, nice.
called Drink This or the Bees Will Die.
Oh,
Wow, that's like a
so.
threat. Your beer's like a threat.
Or there's a chick with an axe on the can there. Yeah, this I
What if you don't finish it? All the bees are going to
Yeah.
die? That's a
I'll
lot of
fin-
pressure.
I'll
Actually, is
finish
that like
it.
a fundraiser? Because I know that there was some companies because there was a shortage of honeybees. and they were-
maybe.
Yeah,
They were
bees
doing
dying
it.
off or something like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like an order.
yeah.
Are you going to drink your beer?
We should really talk to Duckfoot, and maybe they should sponsor us because we at least have one Duckfoot on each show. For reals.
We should.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the producers of Jurassic World, won't be sponsoring us after.
Okay, Chris Pratt, I love you. I'm so sorry, but yeah, this movie kind of sucks.
I know everybody's seen this movie now because it's like the third highest grossing movie of the year or something like
Yeah.
that. So,
Internationally or in the U.S.?
in the U.S.,
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I could see like stupid foreigners buying that shit, but
more and more.
People
with
like
every
dinosaurs.
film,
yeah, that's true.
with every film he does, Chris Pratt, I hate him more and more and
I
more.
still like him. I mean, you know, eventually
It's
he's
not his
gonna-
fault.
Yeah, he's got to
He's
make
still-
money.
I like him as Star-Lord.
Yep.
Did you see? I remember what award show it was where he did the whole God thing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he was Mr. Religious.
I
I
missed
saw
that.
It was an interesting speech.
It was interesting, but it was like the most awkward thing you've ever seen in your life.
Was it played as a joke or something?
No, he
No.
was dead serious. He was dead serious. Like
Really?
Is he religious?
I guess so.
Actually, I think looking at, I follow him on Instagram. He has like mentioned some passages and stuff like that, which to me, it's no big deal. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not offended or like, oh my God.
Yeah, it
you
wasn't
know?
it wasn't offensive. It was like, yeah, okay, thanks, Star-Lord, for thank you for telling us that.
Yeah, but
Now I didn't see Jurassic World, like I said, but I don't think I really need to.
No.
No, you don't.
It's all in the trailer, and
I haven't actually seen the trailer. Is it the whole movie?
Just
Is it pretty much?
no, actually, the first trailer gives one vibe off, and the second trailer that came out was completely different than the first one.
Let's have Eric and Shark both describe the movie based on watching the movie for Eric and see the trailer for Shark and see who's closer.
I
You
saw
know
this
what?
thing a month ago.
like
and
when I saw the trailer, my only question was, okay, how did the monsters or the dinosaurs get off the island this time?
I'm trying to think which trailer
they
did you
ran and
watch?
jumped into the ocean.
Yeah,
They actually do that.
They Ubered.
I'll accept one. Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there. I actually kind of cried, and I don't know if I was high that night when I watched it.
Oh, you were high.
I hope to God you were high.
I don't know. I actually went to the Loft for the first time to watch it.
That's a nice place, the one in La Jolla?
Yeah. Where I guess it's like the old military area or something like that. And it was a nice theater, and, it was cool. And there was this, you guys might remember the one scene where the Brontosaurus was left up by himself on the dock. And
yeah. Oh,
and
okay.
I'm very sensitive towards animals, even though this thing doesn't fucking exist. This is a complete
not anymore. It died in a volcano.
So you were
horribly.
You were very in tune with the animators.
I was so in
that made the sad dinosaur.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we
there's the sad Brontosaurus.
Yeah. We've established that Amy gets really good weed, first of all. Okay, and I'm just gonna piece together the movie from what I just heard.
That's actually a good name for like a strain of weed, the Sad Brontosaurus.
No, because no one will buy it because they're gonna think, oh, it's gonna make me sad. Like I don't want that kind of.
Sometimes you want to be sad.
Okay, so you said that there was a brontosaurus left on the dock.
Yes.
And you said killed by a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them.
So am I to assume that they were taking dinosaurs away from this island because
ding,
Yes.
ding, ding.
You got it.
Okay, kill me. Movies. There should never be any more movies made. That's it.
But what about Blue Shark?
Who the hell is Blue?
You don't remember Blue?
Oh,
Blue.
Blue. The
one
Velociraptor.
that Chris Pratt uses the clicker to talk to.
Didn't that thing die in the last one?
No.
Oh, okay.
He escaped. I think Blue escaped.
The thing that pisses me off the most about these movies is the first one was like the whole man can never conquer nature. We try and then we
let's
fail.
establish that the first Jurassic Park was awesome.
Yeah, it's the only one.
That was a great movie.
We're talking about the original, right?
The original
Oh,
Park,
thank you very much.
The original
Okay,
was,
I only count that.
Yeah, the original was awesome. The rest of them were garbage.
They just can't get one right after that. They're all garbage.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was the whole point of the movie, was that man cannot conquer. You can't be God. You can't.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't even have a point anymore. It's not trying.
But still, Chris Pratt talks to dinosaurs. That's you're completely missing the point of the whole thing.
Oh, I get the point. It's okay. Let's put Chris Pratt in the movie and let him do the same thing he does in every other movie. And
he does sleepwalk through this thing.
Yeah, and people for whatever reason they love him.
Terrible in this thing,
and it'll make a lot of money and merchandising and it lives off that name Jurassic.
Because it's dinosaurs and kids are fascinated with it. But I think you guys are missing a key component, and I think
that's why it's PG-13.
The one person
that's why dinosaurs eat people off screen, which pisses me off.
It was actually pretty violent. This was actually, not that I'm against it, but I was actually kind of surprised. It actually kind of got gory, but I think we're missing the best character of this movie that only made a few appearances. Who had it right the first time? Nature Finds a Way. Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, that was the biggest insult. Is they just kind of
stuffed
them in there?
Yeah, hours of shooting or something. All right.
Yeah, they just put him in 30 seconds in the beginning and 30 seconds at the end is like a narration, and that's it. He probably
didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
he's probably like, look, I'll make an appearance
for
$15
million. I'll show up for a day.
Exactly.
Yeah, and listen. I got to tell you, if I were him, I'd do the same thing. It's like, you want to?
I don't blame him.
Yeah, you want to give me $5 million for about a day's worth of work? Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, there's a new Jurassic World video game that has Jeff Goldblum's does voice for it, and he does more voice than that than he does for this.
I can see
movie.
that.
Oh wow!
So he's probably because his character. Well, he's the same character.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Jurassic Park, he was the one who was basically saying, yeah, this shouldn't be done.
Exactly.
And I get the feeling he's probably there to hammer that point away in this movie.
He's just
he doesn't even take a stand, really. Yeah.
He's just like,
he's just narrating what's happening.
Yeah, I told you guys from the beginning, 25 years ago, this was a bad mistake, and you guys keep doing the same shit.
Now the question is, where do we go from here? He doesn't. He's just asking questions.
Well, explain this to me. So, if these dinosaurs are on an island and there's a volcano going off and it's going to kill them, why did they go get them? What was the point in that? Why were they and exactly how do they transport dinosaurs off an island?
Because they're retarded. Because
well, there's like that whole bit about like, are they considered an endangered species? Do we protect them that way?
Right, because
Something
kids
like
at that point now know dinosaurs as living, whereas people before we knew them as fossils. So do we want to go backtrack to that?
Yeah,
but they were already extinct. Well,
and they brought them back.
That would be logic, I guess.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's a super villain, which I thought was so stupid. It was so unoriginal how they created this guy's like, oh, yeah, these are my intentions, but guess what? I'm going to kidnap Blue and make a super dinosaur.
I was just getting ready to say, was his plan to weaponize?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
That's what it's been the last two.
You got this.
Yeah.
You got this whole movie. You could write this.
It writes itself.
Like I said, there was zero original scenes in this entire movie. Everything you've seen before, and it done better.
Yeah.
Dude, they totally copied Austin Powers when he had sharks with lasers. They kind of triggered the dinosaur when you do a laser. He goes off.
They did not have sharks with lasers.
What, in Austin Powers?
No, in this.
Oh, no. But the
Sharks.
dinosaur, it would trigger when you would do the sound and a laser to point.
You basically target.
Yeah.
You paint your target with a laser, and
Exactly.
the dinosaur is trained.
And the dinosaur goes after it.
Because I was getting ready to say, like in Austin Powers, that was done for comedy.
I know.
I was like, please tell me they're not having.
Actually, would have been cooler if they did. I'll say if they made it would have been cooler.
There's a terrible scene in that, like where Chris Pratt gets tranked with a dart, and then he wakes up and he can't move, like he's all
With a dart, mind you, that's meant to take down like a brontosaurus.
He should have.
That's like 50 tons.
Yeah. And lava's heading for him, so he has to get out of the way, but he can't move, so he's like slowly just. And it's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, like him just futzing around, and then like
it was like a Buster Keaton thing almost.
Yeah, it's like he picks up his own leg and throws it over a log so he can like shift his body weight over and stuff like that. It's played, it's not played for laughs. It's like straight and narrow, and it is
well,
like
so this is where like. I give these movies a break. Like, I imagine, like, okay, this is for 8-year-olds. Like, an 8-year-old would probably think that's fucking hilarious.
Right.
I guess.
I thought it was hilarious.
But from a different angle.
Yeah.
Do they? Because
you should see that scene.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to see this movie because if it's that bad, which I can tell that it is. But first of all, like you said, if he gets hit with a trank that's supposed to take down a 15-ton dinosaur, wouldn't he?
It's supposed to take down Blue.
Wouldn't he just be dead? Like,
yeah, he should have been dead medically.
That would be an overdose. And so if he's paralyzed. So, but this arm is paralyzed, but the rest of his body isn't. So
he's slowly waking up, and then like in a minute later, he can run.
It's like if you were sleeping on your arm, and your arm's got pins and needles.
That's a really good way of putting that.
So not a very good tranquilizer. Then I'm thinking.
Granted, they don't say how long he was out, so maybe he was out for 3 days, and then he just woke up and there was lava there.
He should be out for eternity.
He should, yes. But man, it is
that scene.
The whole volcano erupting scene. Was just, it reminded me a lot of, do you remember, did you guys see Peter Jackson's King Kong?
Oh, yeah.
And the whole dinosaur stampede
no,
thing?
Yeah. I haven't watched
it. It's a lot like that, but just as stupid.
So basically, even if nothing went wrong in the first movie, this place would have been doomed to get, because the volcano was there in the first one, like the first Jurassic World. So now they're going back because now this volcano is about to erupt and blow up the whole island. So I guess that was poor planning on their part.
I could make such a good parody of this movie. Just like they had to at some point like decide they're going to go to this island, and get these animals, or dinosaurs, whatever the hell. Mm-hmm. I think the whole movie should have been, well, we gotta go and get these gotta go get these dinosaurs because they're an endangered species. And then they should have just had the camera on one guy and he just goes, fuck them. And then they roll credits. And it's over, yeah.
Yeah, they should have shown like a government bureaucrat guy is going like, how much is this going to cost?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, we're not doing that.
or, well, the kids will be sad. Yeah, fuck the kids too. All right, what they don't know won't hurt them.
One of the stupidest things that bothered me, like I said before, this movie, like nothing in this movie is like it was remotely scientifically accurate. The thing that really pissed me off is when they're running away from a volcano and they get on this stupid hamster ball.
Yeah.
And then they roll off a cliff and they hit the water. They do like 100-foot fall. and they hit the water in like a giant glass hamster ball,
they'd be dead.
Yeah.
they'd be dead. Like that's no different than hitting concrete. That's no different.
Seatbelts, man, it's fine. It's all good.
And then you see the other dinosaurs going down. I'm like, oh God, no, they're gonna die. No.
And Chris Pratt gets them out with a knife.
Yeah, like he
shoots the glass,
shoots
and
the
it doesn't
glass.
work.
Yeah,
But my pocket knife, that'll work.
Okay, did they have a weepy little kid in this one too?
No, not really. They were actually adults.
No, they did. They did. The girl.
The girl. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just.
She got a little weepy. There was the one good
the house.
The one good scene in that movie that I liked is where her like nanny tells her to like use the queen's English when she's like, but I don't want to take a bath. She's like, what are you, an animal? Queen's English, it's bath. I don't want to take a bath.
Yeah, that's right.
I got a chuckle out of that.
The one thing they were trying to do was tie to the original creator. And I guess wasn't this his brother? Now that they focused,
I couldn't figure that out.
Then it's like, okay, well,
he was Laura Dern.
Laura Dern's dad.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
That's what I thought. I think so.
So Laura Dern is a clone?
No, because the girl doesn't.
Because the girl was the clone of the daughter of the guy.
Of his daughter that I guess died.
Or wait, or is Laura Dern the daughter of the guy in the first Jurassic Park? The guy,
no.
Or this guy in this movie.
This guy.
Yeah, it's this guy.
I don't know. I haven't seen Jurassic Park.
So I think so actually the older gentleman, the original, I think his name's John.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think they're actually brothers.
Yeah.
And so of course John's passed. So this guy, I think his daughter. Something happened.
She died in a car crash.
She died. So
that was supposed to be Laura Dern?
I don't think it was Laura Dern, though.
No, Laura Dern, like,
is
she
a scientist.
She wasn't his daughter.
Yeah.
She was a scientist, yeah.
So
she was dating what's-his-face.
So they just bring in a dead person that you never met, that you don't know who it is and why you should care, right?
For some reason I thought it was related to Laura Dern.
I thought so too, but they never really showed a picture or give you really any reason to believe. You have to, like, know the person's name, I guess.
So
I went in on that because somewhere all over Hollywood there's a bunch of writers. They get paid a lot of money. Somebody gives them a shitty script and they just say, okay, here, add a volcano.
Dude, no, I couldn't come up with so much better.
No, I think they give them a volcano and be like, add a shitty script.
So stupid. No, actually, in prepping for this, I have the first Jurassic World and I haven't watched it in 2 years. So I'm like, all right, let me watch this. And I'm watching it. Okay, I wasn't high. I'm just going to put that out there. And then I got, on a side note, I got something else to tell you guys.
Did you cry?
No, okay. I thought it was the shittiest movie ever.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's bad.
Yeah, because
really
it was like
movie.
a long time. I haven't watched it. I'm like, the acting
in my head,
is
though, it's
so
better,
bad
it's
in
better
this.
Is it better than this one?
No, this one seemed to me better than
Really?
the first one. Not the first one, but the first Jurassic World.
The first Jurassic World, yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
And then I actually ended
there's
up...
the stupid kids with the divorced parents.
Yeah, and I'm
going
like, no, stop. But then, so then Jurassic, I'm like, oh, I don't have Jurassic Park. So I bought it on Blu-ray. Then Netflix releases all the Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3 on Netflix. So I actually was watching the original Jurassic Park like on repeat 10 times.
I haven't seen the third one.
I tried, and again, when I try to watch Tomb Raider, I'm like, this fucking sucks, and I turned it off.
I couldn't even bring myself to even watch the commercials for that. I'm like,
really?
It's like, no.
Even the second one I tried, and I couldn't get into it. So, oh, and speaking of, I did rewatch the Tomb Raider sober. Actually, wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I'll
too
take your word
bad.
for it.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't. Yeah, I went further than 15 minutes this time around.
So overall, we would say that this Jurassic World just sucked completely.
Yeah, I think so.
In my head, it's worse than the first one, but I like.
Yeah,
At least it's close. They're both.
Yeah, they're
not
very
worth your time.
close.
I got to tell you that last one, as bad as it was to me, the worst thing in that movie was that the youngest kid, he was crying and sniffling through the whole movie. It's like, shut up.
But his parents are divorcing.
Yeah, he's
God,
just,
really?
this is just so. I can't take it, and he honestly, they take little boys now, and he had to be like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I don't know a 12-year-old boy that just cries all the time, like for.
Yeah, like take the kid from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He was the same
he
age,
was
and he was a little badass.
Yeah. Oh, give me.
He wasn't a privileged little fuck.
God, what was his name? I want to call him Data so bad because it's the same actor that played Data in Goonies.
Short round.
Short round. Thank you.
Short round. Yeah.
God, he knew how to drive a car better than some adults. He knew how to play poker.
Yeah. Now they're
cheat.
Now they're just crying. It's like
that's because we cuddle, and it's okay. Everyone's a winner. You get a participation badge. Fuck that.
But see, that's the thing in that movie. Like I would be able to understand it if you were being chased by by huge animals, and you're a 12-year-old kid. Yeah, you might cry.
I think you might cry, Shark, if you're in charge.
That's not why he cried.
But that's not why he was crying. He wasn't crying when there were monsters around. He was like fragile, like you couldn't touch him because he was worried about his parents. It's like, dude, you know what? Have a shot like the rest of us and just relax.
Have a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
His divorced parents sent him to what country? It wasn't. I want to say it was Puerto Rico, but it wasn't.
It's Costa Rica.
It's Costa Rica. His aunt pretty much runs that whole thing. They have VIP passes.
I understand they made a huge point about her not wearing high heels in this.
She ran so good in
the first shot
heels.
you see of her is her high heels. Her in heels.
Oh,
yeah.
She was running okay when it came down to it.
She looked hot when running. I mean,
yeah.
The Asian girl was hotter.
Which one?
The Asian girl that was in it.
The first one or the second one?
The second one.
Who was the Asian girl?
Oh, wasn't she like medical student?
She was the one that was.
Oh, yeah. Part of the science crew or whatever.
Yeah, she was going to save Blue's life.
I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she's hot.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, but just terrible movie.
Yeah.
Is she in anything good? What else has she been in?
You know what? The best thing I've seen her in is an episode of Black Mirror on Netflix.
I still have to
watch
I haven't seen
which one?
Black Mirror.
She's in the first one of the third season, the one that's all about social media and
where
their friends getting married.
That's right.
Yeah, she was good. She was
Black
good.
Mirror is so good.
Black Mirror is awesome.
Still haven't watched it.
Oh
Black
my God,
Mirror
it's so
is
good. You
awesome.
should get as high as fuck, like as high as you can tolerate, and watch that show.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
You think you're gonna cry from like a Sad Brontosaurus?
Don't threaten me with a good time. I may actually do that this weekend.
You get yourself some of that Sad Brontosaurus thing. Get the party going.
No, let me see. She was actually Black Mirror. She was in Pete's Dragon, the remake, which I never saw because I don't agree with it.
Which they should have never done.
Yeah, but she's in that.
Wait, let's unpack that for a minute. You don't agree with it? Why?
I don't agree with it. Okay, here's my issue with remake of Disney movies.
They suck.
Well, okay, it's like the new Winnie the Pooh, I think, comes out in like a week. Christopher Robin or something. I'm kind of curious
That's
about
the
that.
making of it, right? Not necessarily
No, it's Christopher Robin present day.
Yeah,
like,
he's grown, and now the characters are trying to help
they
him,
need
like,
to help
save his
him out.
marriage or something.
That sounds awful.
I'm like, so you got the
I
star.
think I'd rather watch the remake of Pete's Dragon.
Yeah. There's also a new Jungle Book that's just called Baloo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's about
that first
Another
one did
one?
really well.
Baloo origin story.
That's basically what it is. And
Did they get Bill Murray for it again?
No, this one is not comedy. It's like a real serious. It's like Tarzan.
Okay.
It's like Tarzan.
Oh, is it not a follow up to the
No.
Jon Favreau one?
No, it's a complete brand new remake.
Okay, let me rephrase. The remake of Jungle Book wasn't bad. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But when it comes to Pete Dragon, where you're talking about an animation with it was made in the 70s, I just don't like how they made Pete. I think that's where my issue, or the dragon. I don't like how they made him. I don't know.
I don't know if I ever saw Pete's Dragon.
It's on Netflix still.
It's like that and like Song of the South. Kind of. I didn't see either one of those.
I saw both of those, but again, we always talk about I'm much older than you guys, so I saw them when they were original, and I was like 4. So
yeah, so it was like hardcore, like original, like without anything cut out, that kind of
I've
thing.
seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
That's actually one of my favorite ones.
Seen that?
Is that Disney?
That's Disney.
Yeah, Mary Poppins.
I'm surprised they haven't remade that.
Oh, you wanted to talk about Isle of Dogs for a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
I actually finally watched Isle of Dogs. Have
That's
you guys?
on my list to see.
It's on Blu-ray now.
That's a quirky little movie.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was honestly an original story. I don't think it's for kids for sure,
Well, it's Wes Anderson.
It's one of those things where, like, you're a kid, you just look at, like, animation, and that's good
that's
enough.
all it
Like,
is.
if you're not following it, who cares?
Yeah,
Did you guys
with
see
dogs.
Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I haven't.
It's better.
It's better?
Yeah, I saw Fantastic Mr. Fox because you said I should see it after Isle of Dogs, but I didn't like it that much.
Okay.
Not as much.
Actually, I remember liking that. It's been a while since I've seen it.
I think, Eric, you would like this movie.
It's high on my list to see.
It's like Mr. Fox, but better.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the. It's just like Kabuto.
It's a lot sharper.
Yeah, it's sharper, and I just love this
People
old
had
school
more money
animation style, you know, and the actors they chose to play it, I think, fit. Edward Norton, hearing Edward Norton's voice and stuff like that, and Jeff Goldblum. Bill Murray's in it, Scarlett Johansson. Who else?
Did they get Goldblum for more than 30 seconds?
They did. Actually had more lines in this one.
Which one was Goldblum?
I don't remember. I have to. I mean, I can look up the name of, the character. I just need an image. But anyway, it's, you know what?
The main dog's George Clooney or something, right?
No, I don't think so. But when the movie came out for, like, the Blu-ray, the DVD, digital,
wait, I'm thinking of
it was
Mr.
$20. Yeah, so it's totally worth buying. I totally would recommend it. I'm actually going to find out the character he played. Oh, he played Duke.
Jeff Goldblum should be in every movie. Jeff Goldblum was awesome. He's so weird.
Yeah.
He's a little cool. I mean, he was good in Thor Ragnarok.
He's like one of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
for sure.
he's the best part of that movie.
Yeah. So
Are they going to remake The Fly? Is that in the works yet?
I hope not.
I wouldn't doubt it. And
I'm
really
surprised they
wouldn't doubt it.
haven't made one yet.
Yeah.
So
it's coming, I'm sure.
With Chris Pratt.
This is. I wanted to talk Comic-Con
Maybe
because
Chris Pratt turns into Jeff Goldblum.
The balloon.
Wait a minute. What about like the mashup of Jeff Goldblum, The Fly, and Chris Pratt all like mushed up like Jello?
I can see them doing it. Didn't they do that in that other weird movie you guys saw that I didn't? With what's her name?
Human Centipede?
No.
Still haven't watched that.
The one where they
it was glorious.
With the what is the girl's name from Star Wars?
Daisy Ridley?
No. Padme.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Oh, Annihilation.
Annihilation. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Oh, that movie was terrible.
It was really bad.
Wasn't that people getting all mushed together?
And I was really looking forward to it.
That movie
Yeah.
could have been so good.
It could have been
It
so
could
good,
have.
and it was so stupid.
Especially the ending.
The ending was just dog shit.
Well, I wanted to. We were talking about Comic-Con.
Yes, Comic-Con, the best time of
And
the
one
year.
of the only things I really like a lot about Comic-Con is seeing all the trailers.
But there was no movies, right, this year?
Not
there was no
really, mainly
Disney
DC.
pulled out.
Yeah.
DC
Well,
stuff.
there was one Marvel.
Yeah, I hope you like Aquaman. 'Cause that was the big
Okay,
thing.
listen.
Maybe there wasn't Marvel.
I saw the Aquaman trailer. That looks like the
Shit.
biggest piece of trash.
It does.
That they should just decide
Doy.
to
So
not
it's
release it.
on par with the rest of DC stuff?
I think it's worse. I think it's probably going to be worse.
You know what, Shark? I know we haven't talked about this, and okay, so
We don't have to do... We're done with superhero movies, right, this year? We're not
I'm not doing Aquaman. Fuck all y'all.
I don't think any more are coming.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you talk me into that one.
There's another one, too, right? Isn't there, like, Venom?
Oh no!
Fuck that one, too.
Venom actually looks. The
I
trailer looks
kind of
good.
want to see Venom, but isn't Miss Marvel supposed to come out?
Captain
That's
Marvel.
next year.
Captain
Marvel, I'm
Marvel.
sorry.
That's
That's next year.
nothing till Captain Marvel.
Well, it's
Yeah.
gonna.
We'll make a pact
Yeah,
right
can
here.
100%
Whoa,
with
you
you.
got passionate right there. You're
I saw
pissed when-
Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it is awful. So
Okay, I was actually like on my way. I was getting ready to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Don't.
and the trailer was coming on just as I left, and I went no.
the trailer ruins everything, too.
I was
Really?
like, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the trailer better than the movie?
It's less of your time, so yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I have going back to Marvel for a minute. You know what? This is the first Marvel movie I really don't want to watch. I'm just not, even in the comics, an Ant-Man fan. And to me, it just doesn't really have, I mean, I think the trailer just pretty much showed the entire movie, just from the trailers I've seen.
Well, it's going to get worse because I read today that Disney and Marvel, their whole thing with Fox, Disney now and Marvel has the rights to X-Men again.
Okay.
Which means they're going to
They have
start
the rights
making
to
X-Men.
everything.
They're going to
That's
start
okay.
making the X-Men movies again.
I'm kind of curious how they're going to do it because Fox, with the exception of Logan's under Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I have not been that impressed with it.
You know what? Because
Wasn't, like, the second X-Men movie good?
Which one was that?
I don't know.
I don't think
that came out in '98. Maybe
I don't think any
I was
of
in
them
college
were
when
good.
it came out. So.
I don't think any of them were good, and then it took me a while to realize how good Logan actually was, and that's like the only good X-Men movie, and because now all they're doing is they're just bringing up all these young actors that are hot on these television shows.
Well, those '90s ones at least had Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
That's true.
Like you got some top tier Shakespearean
the
actors
one of
in
those
there.
was good. Like in my head, it was maybe not now.
No,
It's
I don't
been
think
a
it.
while.
I don't think it was either.
It was meh in my eyes from what I remember.
Yeah.
It was all right, but then I don't know. You know what? I'm willing to give Marvel a chance to see how they're going to do X-Men because honestly, they can't do worse.
Yeah.
But if they do make another Fantastic
they
Four,
can do
which
worse.
means
Okay.
this will be the third reboot, I'm going to be like, no, you need to put your money somewhere else. Just leave Fantastic Four
I wonder
out.
what's going to happen with the Guardians of the Galaxy since James Gunn got fired.
Did you hear they're trying to bring him back though? Like
Really?
a
It's
lot of the
It's not gonna
actors.
happen.
Well, I know, but to me, oh, that's another topic. But anyway, I'm very, yeah.
There
And
had
you
to
know
been
what's so funny
There
though?
had to been something else. I can't imagine Disney just bowing to the Twitter crowd or whatever that was about.
I think they might lose. Well, no, let's admit it. Everyone is gonna watch it, whether James Gunn is part of it or not. But they're definitely
Yeah.
gonna compare it to the other James Gunn movies of Guardians of the Galaxy. But it's funny.
Did he do
He's
both
one
of them
for
or
two.
just
He did
the
both.
first
He
one?
did
He's
one
one
and
for
two.
two.
Yeah.
He actually just got done writing the script for 3 before this all went down too.
You know what? He got fired from the production, but I think he'll be somewhere behind the scenes running things because they're like it's kind of yours, but Disney really doesn't give a shit. They just don't want the problems, so they're like, because I don't even remember what it is he did.
I'll
He
give you
tweeted
guys
stuff from like 9 years ago.
10 years ago when he was still he wasn't as big or popular, and then he actually apologized
Some sexist thing or
for
something?
it was like, I don't know if it was
There's some
propaganda
off-color
stuff
jokes.
or
Yeah.
but he actually apologized for it shortly after he released it. So these tweets are 10 years old. They resurface, and then Disney's like, "We're out." Then I'm like,
Now, Disney knew all this shit when they hired him.
But
This
here's
is not
the-
like secret.
right.
Like he has a reputation. It's like,
Yeah,
does.
this is bullshit.
he made like real dark kind of comedies, didn't he? Like
Yeah, he did,
horror
yeah.
comedy.
If you look at his movie pad, yeah, he did Super, that superhero movie. With,
Oh, yeah.
with the dude from The Office.
from with
Dwight.
Dwight Schrute,
Yeah.
whatever his
"Yeah,
real name
oh,
is.
I know what you're talking about." Yeah.
It's super dark. Like that movie's super dark, and I mean, he's been. I don't know. He's been doing this for a long time. Disney knew exactly what they were getting into when they
But
hired him.
if we're going to go this route, then they need to fire Robert Downey Jr. If we're going to go by people in their past, how many times has he been arrested for cocaine and drug use?
Absolutely. But
So I don't understand. Like someone was actually trying to find a reason to let him go for some reason.
you know,
Yeah. There's some other behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff going
you know
on.
what's so funny to me about all that stuff is when you you take like Robert Downey Jr. He's in these. He kind of reinvented himself,
Right.
So he kind of gets a pass. But even whatever James Gunn did,
Mel Gibson's coming back too, by the way.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. With James Gunn, if somebody at Disney were just to say, "Listen," like you said, they don't care what the Twitter people think, and
Yeah, they don't give-
and what some religious right. It was like, whatever. We're gonna make our movie,
Yeah.
and if they don't want to go see it, because those people aren't going to see this movie anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So there's not one person who's going to say, "Oh, James Gunn said something 10 years ago, so I'm not going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy." It's not going to happen. But people are so afraid to just go, "Yeah, whatever." Right?
But that stuff is crazy right now. Like Roseanne, like people get
Oh, yeah.
fired
Yeah.
like at the drop of a hat for some stupid little. Twitter
What
thing.
upsets me
Yeah.
about that is,
Like
for
how
her
much-
stupid comment, so
How
many
much of
people,
the public is on Twitter, by the way? Like it's
a lot.
a whole hell of a lot.
but like the grand scheme of things, though, like it's like
nobody.
like
did
if,
it,
yeah. The only reason why people know about this shit is because the news reports Twitter now.
Yeah,
Which is-
yeah.
Ridiculous.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say this. So for Comic-Con, going back to that, I
I'm
think
also
this was
at
the.
Erik at. No, I'm kidding.
I'm Amy Gorgon at Twitter.com. Speaking of Comic-Con, so I guess this was the only Marvel announcement that James Gunn was fired happened actually during Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Was he there?
No, he was actually going to. He was going to make an appearance because I
That would've
actually
been
follow
awkward.
him. I actually follow
It was
him
like
on
during
Twitter.
his panel.
Yeah, and he actually talked about it. But of course, well, it's just like with Chris Hardwick, the Chris Hardwick situation. He dropped out of con.
Did he do something?
There was
Yeah.
there was a little scandal with him.
And his ex.
I can't. To be honest, I can't stand him.
It's
Did you see Gal Gadot?
Oh, no, okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. I literally
Actually,
just
she tweeted
missed...
something,
horrible. She's super sexist.
Yeah.
Actually,
really racist.
Okay,
She had this yearbook comment. It got out.
I literally
She thinks all sharks should just go back to the ocean.
Yeah, by the...
I'll take her with me.
Oh, nope, because weren't you, like, into... Oh, you were into... was it the actress that played Domino in Deadpool? You were
Yes.
into... Yeah, no, because of that, you forfeit Gal. So
Momentary lapse in judgment.
Nope. I literally just missed her and Jason on the floor, literally, because they went to go sign, and I actually left the convention when they went in. So,
Did you see? You know what trailer looked good is the Godzilla.
I missed that.
Godzilla King of the Monsters, because it's going to be
There's what?
it's going to be
Another Godzilla
Well,
movie.
see, here's the
featuring
thing.
Matthew Broderick.
It is a
With Matthew
remake.
Broderick?
No,
I'm kidding.
Don't mess with me like that.
No, it's
You made me open it.
No, actually starring the girl
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown, 11 from Stranger Things.
But see, here's why I'm probably the only person who's going to like it. It's a remake of Destroy All Monsters, which is my absolute all-time favorite monster movie. And in the trailer, they show like these.
I bet you it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
Well, it probably won't be, but they showed updated versions of all the monsters, like Rodan and Mothra, and
Yes.
and all of them. And
They give away all that stuff in the trailer.
But
Man.
unless you know about
It's like
that movie,
Pete's.
you have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Like you
Is
have
that movie
no,
like poorly dubbed, the original?
Well, it's a Toho movie, so it's all in Japanese, and then they dub it, and it's like it's obvious that this
Wouldn't it be awesome if they kept that true to like the new one? Like,
That'd be
that would
cool.
be more than awesome.
Yeah, I would.
More than awesome.
I wish someone would make a movie like that.
I think that would make a character called Chakra.
Sharkra?
Yeah.
I would be happy to play
Chakra.
that part. Happy to play that part.
Oh, man, they actually had some Shark Week little headgear. I should have gotten one for you with a little shark fin.
Yeah, you
On
should.
top. I totally... you know what? I'm so sorry. Next time they have it, I'll do it.
There was a place called the Shark Bar in Cabo when I was there.
And you were like, yep, that's mine.
We did quite a bit of drinking there.
Now, did anyone see, and I know this was kind of in talks, the new Shazam trailer that they released?
It
Why?
looks like crap.
Wait, you talking Shaquille O'Neal?
No,
No,
Shazam.
Shazam.
Zack Schneider?
Yeah,
Yeah, Zack Schneider's playing Shazam.
but it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. Yeah.
It looks ridiculous.
He looks like literally like when he's in costume like that gummy pop superhero.
Yeah, it's muscles in the suit.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
Is
foam.
Shazam a superhero? I don't even know what
Yeah, it's a
Shazam is.
DC. It's a DC comic.
Oh.
Shazam, yeah, it's a DC thing. You never. Well, no, yeah,
Can we please get a cam in here every time we
need
give
to get a
Eric
cam.
bad news?
We need to give an Eric cam in here.
I mean, you could when you heard that sigh, you just had that instant like.
It's like he was watching a brontosaurus die in a fire.
That was my heart was the Brontosaurus.
He didn't cry.
it's teenager Billy Batson, and he goes to a cave or something and gets powers. This is what the old television show was.
Okay.
He gets powers because he's a small kid, and when he gets bullied or he sees some kid getting bullied, he says Shazam and he turns into a big superhero.
I'm curious about it though because okay.
Why do we need that?
We don't.
Okay, so DC and Marvel, we know that they're competing, so they're going for their underdog comics, yeah. So Shazam is to me an underdog comic.
I feel like DC's flailing and
they're
now Marvel's just
in
coasting.
everything. Yeah,
they're trying so hard to. So they're like,
Are
oh,
their TV shows any good? By the way, I don't. Is
I've
anybody
never.
watching the DC
Okay,
stuff?
so Gotham, I heard good things about it when it first started.
Couldn't do that one.
I think it's crazy like they don't interconnect the movies and the TV shows.
well,
But maybe
they are. They now they're doing it because Marvel does it.
yeah, Marvel does it.
So
but-
now DC has decided to do it.
by
So
the way,
like, as I understand, Gotham now they're going to start turning him into Batman.
Gotham's been on 4 years? I think it's been
Longer
on for
than
a
that,
while.
I think,
Yeah,
There's also a Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, and then on Marvel they started Cloak and Dagger, which I know nothing about.
Nothing.
But yeah, it's.
by the way, the Marvel shows, did any of those people get affected by Thanos?
No, unfortunately.
I,
wait a minute, Flash maybe?
I-
No,
I-
wait a minute, Flash is DC.
Yeah,
DC.
I saw on the
Like all of a sudden, Luke Cage just dropped dead.
yeah.
No,
But
he's
they
my
do
favorite.
at the end of I saw on the little
I haven't watched any of the
after credit
TV
thing
shows
for
since Jessica
Ant-Man
Jones.
that
The
they
first one.
disappear in the after credits of Ant-Man. they disappear like everybody
okay.
at
Really?
the end of.
All right, can we talk about Ant-Man for a sec? Because fuck that movie.
Yeah, please, because I haven't watched it. So please.
Their whole excuse on why Paul Rudd was not there to help in Infinity War is completely bogus.
What was the reason?
They barely give one. Like, I think it was he's under house arrest, but it's I'm all right, so the universe is in danger. You're just gonna sit at home. Sorry.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
And he didn't disappear.
But they don't even address any of the Thanos stuff till after the credits. It's scene, and then it's them hanging out on a roof, and they make him go into subatomic world, and then the people who did that disappear because of Thanos. But that happens when Thanos does that. That happened. There had already been several fights on Earth. There was one in New York. There was one in Wakanda.
Yeah.
And they don't address any of that stuff.
You know what? Just the title
It's
alone,
terrible.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's why? Who's going to see that? Well, apparently a bunch of people did.
It's a Marvel movie. That's why.
But it's just.
Granted, the air conditioning felt great when I was in there. So
that's the whole reason why we go to movies.
That is the best thing now about these the movies that serve alcohol. You can have a beer and just getting kicked back.
You know what show I think they should do? They should do a show about the two Marthas.
Oh my god!
NBC.
It'll be like Grace and Frankie.
Yeah.
Do they battle each other, or do they
They're friends, but they're frenemies. They're frenemies.
No.
Just like Batman and Superman, they're frenemies. Really.
No, they're lesbian lovers.
Would they be Real Housewives?
They're frenemies, and then one of them says Bruce, and they start fighting.
Oh man!
My son's better than your son, sort of thing.
No, but going back to Aquaman, so
garbage.
Honestly, okay, I kept really low, expectations, because we all know,
what does
Justice
he fight?
League.
What's the bad guy? Is it
his
Will Rig?
Brother?
His brother.
Yeah.
Is
battling for the kingdom. It's kind of
I thought it was pollution.
Okay, yeah, no. Here's the plot. His brother wants to bring together the 7 kingdoms of the sea.
Oh, who gives a shit? I'm so bored
battle
already.
the surface world.
The 7 kingdoms
Racist.
of the sea?
Something they came up with.
So it's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean when they get
how many
all
bodies
the
of water? There's the Arctic, Pacific, Atlantic. There's 5, right?
Well, there's supposed to be 7
Sea of
seas.
India?
The Indian Ocean or something. But
does the Antarctic
Sea?
melt into a new one?
But you should see the trailer. There are people. They're riding armored sharks.
sharks with lasers.
Laser sharks.
There's sharks covered in armor.
That's
Some of them
true.
are on seahorses. It's
Really bad CGI.
I don't know if I brought enough beer to keep this conversation going.
It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. But
Armored sharks.
It's so funny because
It's not played for.
No,
it's super earnest, right? It's super serious.
It's supposed to be very, very serious. And it's so funny because it's what they do is Jason Momoa is he's
Aquaman, right?
Yeah, he's Aquaman, and he's the people just love him, especially women go crazy for him right
I
now.
go
terrible.
crazy for him.
Okay,
he's a good looking guy. I get it,
That's
but
the only
He's
reason.
not a good actor though.
He was good in Game of Thrones. Well, he didn't really do much.
He didn't do anything in Game of Thrones.
That's true.
And he's
okay.
terrible in Conan.
What about when he was on Baywatch back in the day?
Oh, I never saw that. No.
I just know he was
Like the old one?
Yeah.
With Hasselhoff?
Yes. He was actually on Baywatch.
Oh, so that's why he's
He
Aquaman.
must be a kid on that show then, right?
He was a teenager, yeah. He was maybe 19, 20. He's 40 now, I think.
Well, and that's the thing. He's the studios are you're hot right now. Let's do Aquaman.
No, that's true.
It's and because you would think, why would Aquaman? They just did Wonder Woman and it was successful. Mm-hmm. They did Justice League, it was successful.
No, it wasn't.
well, people went and saw it, but why would Aquaman be the next movie they do?
Because it's a new character that they haven't created a movie for.
I would think they should.
I think someone was like, Jason, you're super, super manly and muscular. It's super awesome. Let's make you the gayest superhero of all time.
Of all time.
It'll be super funny.
Of all time. And then
no, don't. Aren't you sexier when you're all wet and
long hair, muscles?
So let's get the hottest guy underwater all the time.
This is completely for the women crowd. You got the muscles, long hair, tattoos.
The director I was reading an article with the
Who's the
director is
director?
James Wan. Something
What
like that.
has he
Wait,
directed?
the Fast and the Furious guy?
Yeah.
Really?
That guy.
Oh.
So he's directing it, and that's
that explains the armored sharks.
He did,
All of a sudden, they're gonna be Tokyo drifting underwater.
he did
with the
Tokyo Drift, and he
sharks.
did
Shark drift.
he did one of those Star Trek movies.
But
yeah.
that's exactly what he said. He was like,
Is there gonna be like Is there gonna be like a shark chase scene?
probably.
Oh my god!
But he said his idea, part of his idea is to keep Jason Momoa in as little clothes as possible through the whole movie.
Is Vin Diesel gonna make an appearance? He's
would-
gonna be in the shark next to him. driving.
Everybody else is in it. There's a whole bunch of people in playing all these different.
Oh, besides what's her name? Who plays
playing,
Mara?
playing all these different. What's
Nicole Kidman plays his mom.
Yeah. Okay.
Aquaman's
She,
mom?
Yes.
Is she a fish?
She's like
she's the queen of Atlantis.
Queen of Atlantis who hooks up with a lighthouse keeper.
Okay, so just to give you an idea of how bad it's going to be,
We need the camera again.
because it's an origin story. It's an origin story, and so there's a scene in the trailer where
Have you seen him hatch out of an egg?
no, but he's a kid and he's on a field trip at some aquarium,
Gosh.
and the other kids are bullying him. And they're like in the underwater aquarium where you can see the fish. The kids are bullying him, and a shark attacks
AKA shark.
a
Comes in.
shark hits the glass like, leave Aquaman alone. And he turns around and he starts talking to the fish. And I was like, everybody that has anything to do with this movie, all of you, kill yourself right now. Because
They should beat up Aquaman in front of the shark.
Yeah.
You can't do shit.
Yeah, you can't get through the glass. So we're gonna beat him up. And then we're going to put you on the grill.
Shark, can we take you to SeaWorld and do a videotape of you doing that scene and see if
I will do it.
see if any of the aqua mammals talk to you?
Aqua mammal.
This is ridiculous. Okay.
It's just. I mean, it's so. It's
You
so
have to
terribly
antagonize
done.
him, though, to see if the sharks
well,
react.
Oh, that's right. No one's gonna go try to do that because you're too intimidating. They'll be like, "No, we'll give you $5." No, he'll kill me.
Yeah. It's just. I just seeing that. I was just like, oh my god, are they really gonna do this? And what pisses me off is because I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it because all these damn.
We need to have an
superhero
intervention
movies,
for you.
You do, but it's like all these damn superhero movies that were like I was a real big comic book fan when I was a kid, and they all had cartoons. Now I have to see all the live action stuff, and it's the biggest disappointment ever.
Shark, I totally agree with you. I mean, you know what's so funny is the way you're saying this. You're like, look, I will give you my money, but before I do, let me tell you why this is going to be a big, giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
But no, I'm the same way.
Maybe you should just start cutting yourself instead.
Shark, do you want some of my weed before you go?
Give me some of the Sad Brontosaurus stuff.
Are you going to cry when the kids beat him up?
I think I should be allowed to go to like the premiere, so I can sit next to Jason Momoa and Nicole Kidman, and just the whole time it's like, you know what? I'm here watching this because I was a fan of the comics. I was like, but you guys really suck. You guys really do. Now, granted, Jason Momoa is a big giant dude.
I'm afraid for your life.
Yeah, I don't want him to kick my ass or anything, so I'll sit away from him. But it's like, yeah, it's really bad. You're terrible.
No, all of a sudden we realized that Nicole Kidman actually kicks his ass.
Yeah.
You could take her. Leave Jason. Pick your battles.
Yeah. Every time he does something bad, I'll punch her.
Yeah, no, I agree that the trailer is you know what, but I'm going
Did
in
you
with
see
very
anything
low
good
expectation.
at Comic-Con?
Oh, you know what? You know what looks excellent is
what's it?
Glass.
I have not seen that.
It's the third, or it's the.
They're excited for a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, well, no, because I never knew this. So Unbreakable, and then Split.
Split. Yeah, that was the
Glass. Samuel L. Jackson, Mr. Glass.
It's a trilogy. Yeah, and it's like it's him. It's.
Did you see Split?
No, what's Split?
I haven't seen Split.
Split is like the surprise sequel to Unbreakable.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Me neither.
When did that come out?
2 years
last
ago?
year. I think beginning of last year. I think.
It seems really interesting, and I've been trying to see it, but I haven't. It's not playing anywhere. I can't find it at all.
It should be out on DVD or something, right?
It might be. It
like it came out like a year. It's a James McAvoy movie.
Yeah, but the
it's not.
Yeah, but
that
this
good.
one, Mr. Glass, looks really, really good. It is. It's pretty interesting. In Split, he's like
Samuel L. Jackson, isn't it?
yeah.
Unbreakable was ruined for me because I I don't know. Like, I know that's supposed to be his best movie that he's made,
Yeah.
or whatever, and I watched that movie incorrectly, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Sober?
no, I was completely trashed, and then like sobered up and saw like the very ending of it. So like the whole movie was like
Yeah.
rendered, who cares at that point?
But
So,
the idea in Split, he's got like all these several different personalities.
Yeah, he's a multiple personality.
But he also, like, every time he changes to a different personality, he takes on the physical characteristics.
Are you talking about Glass?
No, Split.
This is Split. This is
Yeah.
James McAvoy's character.
Yeah, so there's a character, or one of his personalities is called the Beast, and he turns into like this big buff character like the Hulk, and kills people. So it's really weird. So he's basically a supervillain, and then Bruce Willis is a superhero, and then Mr. Glass is also
What was
a
his
supervillain.
Is
superpower?
Bruce Willis in this movie or no?
Yeah.
He's in the new one, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the new one too.
He's not in Split.
No, in Split.
No, he's not in
I
Split.
don't
No,
think so.
actually, he is in Split.
Is he in Split?
He's at the
I
very
actually
end.
haven't seen it.
He's at the very end of Split where.
Oh, well, that's when you probably find out that it's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, because he like they capture the Split guy and all his characters, and he's like sitting in a room in like a straight jacket, and they're showing him video of this guy, and he goes, I've seen that person before. I've seen him on the news. I don't know what his name is, and then you hear Bruce Willis off on the side say his name is Mr. Glass, and then they put the camera on Bruce Willis, and then it goes off. So.
I didn't watch that because split personality movie, like when that's like the main focus, is like it's always super tedious, and I'm not into it.
Well, you know what's funny
So
is like,
I skipped that one.
Not a Mr. Robot fan.
Yeah, I didn't know what it
I
was
watched
about.
the first 2 seasons of Mr. Robot, and then I got like
Actually,
episodes into
season 2 was
3.
kind of shitty, but season 3 is really good.
I got like 3 episodes into season 3. I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's like Westworld. I got 5 or 6 episodes in the new season. It is.
They said
it
this-
is chore.
They just
I
said this
labored
last
through
season-
it, but just because it was there.
Because they said everybody keeps talking about how amazing this last season is. I
It's
saw
not.
the
it's
first
not.
one. I was like, this is terrible.
The first.
It's just
a
all
cool-
over the place.
There's
Like,
a cool like samurai episode,
Yes, sir.
But-
They lost me.
but you've already seen that done better too.
Yeah, no, the Westworld is not that good.
Yeah, it kind of bummed me out. Like I'm like I said, I'm halfway through it, and
I'm watching The Expanse right now. That's really good.
I tried.
Everybody-
I tried. No,
getting into
dude,
that,
I gave up on it for like a year because like
Yeah.
the first couple of
But everyone
episodes were
says it's-
super boring.
every-
It gets really, really fucking good. But like,
Really?
How much time do I have to put into it though?
you got to get past season 1. Season 1 is kind of meh.
How
But
many
like,
episodes?
I don't know, 12, I guess.
Fuck, that's a lot of time, man. That's
Or
12
just skip
hours.
forward. Who gives a shit? Just watch the previously
I
on.
can read a wiki
Forget
page.
that. Watch,
Yeah, read a wiki page. But like season 2 and season 3 are freaking good.
watch the show Dark Tourist on Netflix.
Dark
I heard
Tourist?
that just came on.
Yeah,
didn't
it
it?
I
came
just
on.
saw that.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
heard
show.
it was good.
What
Yeah.
what type of show is it?
It's about this guy. He goes to all these different tourism areas, but it's like really macabre sort of stuff. Like the first episode,
Like he goes to Cabo and then he goes to Las Vegas and you watch his drunken bro dudes break tequila bottles on their heads.
Actually, so the first episode, he goes
Great
to
episode.
Medellin cartel to Medellin, Colombia,
Yeah,
and they do Pablo Escobar tours. And the guy who gives the tour was Pablo Escobar's main hitman, who recently got out of prison.
Damn.
And
Is this a documentary?
yes, documentary, and he's straight up talking about who he killed, and he's actually. This is how fucked up the world is now. That guy is actually a YouTube star now, and he does videos based on when he killed people. So he reenacts his like hitman shit,
Damn.
and like it's getting millions of views on YouTube, and people are going crazy. And
Because
then
we're so intrigued by history
Yeah.
and we're twisted in that sense.
twisted as hell.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I do have some good news, though, like on the light side. So I really didn't watch Clone Wars, but I hear it's really good. So maybe you guys can reiterate, but I
you've been talking
understand.
to Nick, haven't you?
No, actually, my other friends, they actually got upset when I didn't watch Clone Wars. And I'm like, no, but I heard
Those aren't
that.
your friends.
Well, anyway, they're gonna finish the last season. I guess it started like they were gonna do a last season and it got cut off abruptly, but they did make an announcement that they were gonna finally finish Clone Wars, and they're making a Buffy reboot. Not that I watched the original.
With a black chick.
With really?
Yeah, Buffy's gonna be black.
That's cool. Whatever. I mean, but I'm not a big Buffy fan, but I know that was a big deal, and I really kind of wish they did have some sort of trailer for the new Wonder Woman 84, though.
When's
Wonder
that
Woman
coming out?
84?
84.
Yeah, that's a new Wonder Woman.
Is that
film.
next year? Or is it,
I
want
to say maybe. Yeah,
Takes
I
place in
think.
the 80s?
To me, looking at some of the shots, no, but I don't know what 84 is. But Chris Pine's in it, so he's alive again.
Oh, so he'll be Steve Trevor.
So
and-
it's a prequel?
I don't know.
Well, okay. So
Or does
the Wonder
do they
Woman
retcon his death?
No.
That would
So
be
the
boring.
Wonder Woman television show with Linda Carter.
Yeah.
When they did that, the first season it was like 1942, or it was World War II, and then the second season it was in the 80s, and
Okay.
and Steve Trevor was an agent then, but it was contemporary.
Okay.
So that's probably
Yeah.
So
what
maybe
they're
he
doing.
plays a different, like the ancestor.
No, because it wasn't the ancestor. They just completely changed it. It's like it's not. He's not the grandson. He's Steve Trevor.
Yeah, because that's why she was there. That's why Gal was there, and Chris Pine was there to talk about it a little bit. But going into Hall H or any of those halls now is just crazy. But you know what? Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot going on Comic-Con this year. I think
Disney was not there.
Yeah, Disney wasn't really there. There wasn't really any big announcements. I know DC was trying really hard, but they're having a hard time with that. Shazam, it's like, okay, we heard of this, and, and Aquaman, I think, if anything, Aquaman is probably
don't
the
have
biggest
any
one.
good heroes.
They have good
They have
heroes. They just have
Batman.
shitty scripts.
I just really wanted to see scantily clad cosplay women.
There really wasn't a whole lot of that.
Other than that, it's like I
I
could.
feel
give
like
a damn,
they've
man.
moved past that now.
Listen,
Well,
when
it used to be a thing,
when I
but-
flew out to Vegas, it was
Yeah,
Monday.
you go to Vegas for that.
Well, it was Monday, and it was when all the Comic-Con people were leaving.
Yeah,
the airport was a nightmare.
I saw your post.
It was an
I was
absolute
like,
nightmare.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, you left at the worst time.
Everybody in
People in
line
costumes were like 90,
There was-
Captain America's
there
trying
were
to get
still
on the plane.
people in costumes.
They're still hungover
Yeah,
from
and
the
like-
night before.
with, like, makeup on, and they're all wearing their Marvel stuff, and they're hungover.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute.
There was a
nightmare.
lot going on downtown, though. Like, if you don't have tickets, just go downtown. There were so many. Ooh,
There's a lot to
they
see.
did. Okay, they remade Demolition Man's Taco Bell downtown, and
I
it was
heard about
actually
that.
a restaurant.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it was.
Did it
looked,
serve Taco Bell?
I don't think so. No,
Yeah.
Did you get tacos
maybe. I
No,
didn't go eat there.
made out of Doritos?
Well, you know what they
Dis
said.
Locos
So
Doritos.
if you in Demolition Man, it was a Taco Bell restaurant, and they were serving Taco Bell, but it was made to look like this real gourmet.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
stuff.
That's how they did it.
Yeah, and I think that's what they
Yeah.
were doing. I heard
Yeah.
about that. I was gonna.
They filmed part of the Demolition Man just right down the road at the
Yeah,
pyramid.
at the pyramid.
Really?
Yeah, that's in
That
Demolition.
little pyramid
that,
thing
the
over
pyramid,
there?
But
the
also-
pyramid is in.
Yeah, also at
Demolition
the
Man.
train station downtown where the.
You mean San Diego's
Yeah.
not a landfill like it is in Thor Ragnarok? I mean, no,
No,
I'm
it
sorry,
was,
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Sorry, wrong movie.
Listen, the only movie I'm excited about coming out is you guys don't even know who Dolomite is, do you?
Who?
It's a pimp.
Yeah, Dolomite.
If you
I know him
show
from,
me
like,
a
Snoop
picture,
songs.
Dolomite was a character. It was a black exploitation movie character played by a comedian named Rudy Ray Moore.
Okay.
Okay.
And Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock are doing the Dolomite story. Eddie Murphy's going to be Dolomite.
Oh.
I'm so excited
Does that
about
come out
seeing
this year?
Probably in 2020.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
There's actually
How
pictures of him.
did you see Black Dynamite? I assume you did, right?
Oh yeah,
How do you feel about that?
it's hilarious.
I love that movie.
It's
That's like
it's hilarious.
It's one of
but
my favorite movies.
The thing that's the funniest thing about it is it's exactly the way black exploitation movies work.
It is super genuine.
Yeah, it's exactly the way they work, and it's hilarious.
I love that.
It's a great movie.
Like, I know they did a TV show. I didn't see any of the TV shows.
I didn't see the TV show, but I wouldn't because they can't do it the way the
Yeah,
the way they did the
I so
movie,
wish
yeah.
they would make another one of those.
yeah. I'm surprised that they didn't. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. It's hilarious.
Man, yeah. So I don't know really what's coming out.
Shit.
There really isn't.
Mission Impossible.
That is my last ray of hope for this summer because it is.
Yeah.
We have not seen it.
Mission Impossible opens today, doesn't it?
No.
It
Oh
opened
yeah.
today. It opened today.
Oh, today's. I'm sorry, I was off for the past couple.
I guess I am a total sucker for these movies. I really enjoyed the last two, like 5 and 4.
I remember the last one vaguely. I think I liked it. I don't remember the one before.
I like the spy movies, like the Bourne type thing.
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
Mission
like
Impossible.
number 4 was Brad Bird, the guy that did the Incredibles 2. It was his first live action movie.
Mm.
I even like the third one. The third one, it was J.J. Abrams' first movie.
Did anybody see Incredibles 2?
No, but
No, I
want
really
to.
want to, but I didn't see it.
So let me ask you this, because I have not, believe it or not, watched any of the Mission Impossible movies.
You should watch them.
So if I go watch the new one, do I need to watch the other ones?
Probably
before
not.
Nah.
Okay.
There's
the
like
only thing I want to see is Henry Seville.
the last
this
like this
movie?
one and the last two, I think are like loosely connected, but like it is
Nobody-
like, it
who
is.
cares?
But yeah, you
Okay.
don't need
I have like zero memory of any of them or like the plot of any of them.
Well, because the plots are always kind of stupid, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for like I don't understand how they get these movies made because Tom Cruise does his own. He really does his own
And
stuff.
he's
he does.
74.
Yeah, and how are they? Yeah, how are they?
It's
I don't-
Scientology.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're
looks-
getting him
I would.
insured.
He looks freaking great for his age.
He does.
Yeah, he's an
How old is he now?
He's in his late
50s,
Yeah, he's
mid
like
50s.
Because I watched the fifth one, Rogue Nation, just a few nights ago.
Yeah.
In preparation for the new one.
The what?
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation is what it's called.
What is
Mission
that?
Impossible Rogue
That's-
Nation.
yeah, the fifth
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
But
I'm waiting for him to die. He's gonna die in one of these things. He's hanging off planes
he
and
broke
shit.
his
and,
ankle.
Yeah, he broke
I
something.
saw the
Yeah.
clip of him breaking his ankle in the new one, but I don't know. I'm
the guy's
this-
a nut. He's
yeah, but like he
yeah.
does really crazy cool shit though,
because
and I love watching him. I love watching Tom Cruise.
if I were an action star or a star the caliber of Tom Cruise, I'd be like, I'm not doing any of my own stunts.
I think I'm sure he gets off on it. I mean, he wants to.
Nah, he's an idiot.
Like,
Life is dangerous enough. Like,
Oh my gosh. But
But-
yeah, no, there's nothing really. I think that's the only big thing right now that I'm aware of. But summer's technically almost over. I guess school starts in a couple weeks. So, like,
maybe like good movies will come out because it has been rough.
It's been
this
it's been
was
a
a
tough
bad
summer.
summer.
How many good movies have we seen like this year?
I Love Dogs.
Like Black Panther.
Black Panther.
has there been a movie that we've wrecked so far that all of us just really liked it?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
I
right?
didn't like it that much.
You know,
didn't
Okay,
like
that's
it that
right.
much. Yeah.
No, there had to be a
I
movie.
like Blade.
think.
We all like Blade Runner, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, I thought Blade Runner Blue Dog.
You weren't on that episode though, so technically we all
That's
liked
true,
it.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's very true.
So Blade Runner, I would say, and then I don't know, because there's always going to be one of us that's not a big fan of it.
You know what? What's funny? Deadpool 2 was so nothing that we didn't even talk about. We were just like,
Did
there's
we do a
nothing
show
to
on
say.
that? I couldn't
Yeah,
remember
we-
actually.
I think we did like a
Yeah.
5-minute
Yeah,
segment
we're like,
on
there's
it.
actually just nothing to say about it. Like,
I liked it.
Because when you mentioned
yeah.
Domino earlier, I'm like, is that from 2?
Yeah, that's
I remember
from
there
2.
being a cool chick in that movie. The
but
black
Yeah.
chick
but
was
it's
cool.
it's just the same movie.
Yeah.
It technically
I liked it.
is.
I thought
I
it was
liked it.
fun.
Yeah, we just there was
But, like,
no
the
need
first
for
one
us
was
to go
so
over
good.
it. Oh yeah, it was.
This one was just
It was
copy
alright.
paste.
I think what
It
it
was Hangover 2.
Well, okay. Again, for Deadpool, I appreciate they're trying to go in a different direction of springing up the X Force. So
Yeah.
that's kind of an interesting. I want to see how
They're
that's
making an X-Force movie.
Yeah.
right. So I'm just kind of curious with the whole Disney Fox.
So
thing.
Josh Brolin's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's all
played
over the
Cable.
place.
Yeah, he's actually really good.
Can we get a Cable versus Thanos?
All Thanos needs to do is snap his fingers, and
Josh Brolin's making a
Yeah, but he's
shitload
got
of
a
money,
time
that's for
machine.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money. But
he's
like,
doing really well.
They're going to
now.
do that when they finally acquire Fox and fire half the people.
Oh, jeez.
X Force is just
That's
another
how they
reason.
should fire people at Disney. They should have a big Thanos
Go on their. I was,
thing.
I was gonna say what. Go on their Twitter accounts and start.
No, actually, they just send you an email if there's a picture of the Thanos glove that needs you fired.
That'd be great.
Actually, there was something cool. So one of my things is I love statues and art, and Sideshow Collectibles actually is a huge producer of like life-size replicas, and they had the replica of Thanos' gauntlet, and this thing literally was huge. Because I remember seeing on the website it was like over, I want to say $3,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand. And I saw it in person. I'm like, yep, that makes a lot of sense. So if that was a replica,
Wait, it was for sale?
yeah, like you can buy it on the website. You know, it's for collectors. That
Yeah.
I have a few Sideshow pieces, but
How many are there?
like, what do you mean?
Like how many? Is there only one that you can buy for $3,000? Or
Yeah, it's just one. Like different companies do their own replicas, but Sideshow's it's like top easy 3. Like there's, I
That
think
might be a good investment.
it is considered a collectible, especially if it's limited. I don't know how many
Yeah.
pieces, but I
I
saw
would
it in
hope so for
person.
$3,000.
Dude, they have a really cool Wonder Woman on a stallion piece that's like $5,000, and they also have a life-size Han Solo and Carbonite for like $5,000.
With the Thanos glove, I would sell the glove for $3,000 and like $1,000 for each Infinity Stone that you have to collect on top of it.
No, it needs to actually be like genuine, like sapphire, ruby.
I will pay $10,000 for an exact clone of Gal Gadot herself.
Okay, that's really creepy. They do have sex dolls.
They got
in
dolls
Japan.
for that. You can order that. How much do you say you have left on your credit card?
Are you gonna like turn in those? That plane ticket.
$50. I don't know how close she'll look to Gal.
I will go online tonight and see if I can find it.
I was gonna say, Shark, do you want to go to China or do you want a life-size Gal Gadot replica?
What's the black market version of Etsy?
Oh, on China, there's so many. We can come up with one, but
I can see
don't
now
think...
some giant box came to my house, my room was like, what's that? I'd be like,
happy
nothing.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Shark.
You don't need to know.
Yeah, nothing. Don't worry about it.
It's like, what does it smell like latex in here?
It's
Why
nothing.
is there an arm in the
Yeah.
sink?
No matter what sound you hear coming out of my room, don't open the door.
I think they do have
How
a
do you
life-size
clean those
replica.
things, by the way?
Why are you looking at me like I know?
You don't clean them. You just throw them out and buy a new one.
I mean, I know I do hentai,
Can you
but I don't
break
do
it down and like put it in the dishwasher?
No, I think I think there's certain like detergents you have to use.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that anybody that actually buys that thing probably doesn't clean it. They don't give a damn. They're just like, yep.
No,
It's
okay.
disgusting, though.
Fun fact.
It's disgusting to have it.
But I mean,
Dude.
like, you invest that, you should keep it clean.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of answer this question. I don't know why I know this. So there's actually a
you know why.
documentary. No, there's actually a documentary of people who collect sex dolls, and
I saw that.
they pretend like, or they think that they're actually their wife or their
Yeah.
partner, and they take care of them. Like they buy them clothes, they bathe them, they sit them at the dinner table. It's crazy.
God, can we
I
go
saw-
back to Aquaman?
I saw that documentary, and the craziest thing about that is nobody on that documentary were acknowledging the fact that these people were nuts, that they were lunatics.
How much money does that cost? Like, those things are expensive.
They're like about $10,000.
How much for a Jason Momoa doll?
Oh, that would be 15 because that thing's huge.
Is it always underwater?
Ew.
Do you have to keep it?
It'll keep it clean. That's how you keep it clean.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly would not buy it. I'm sorry. It has to be the real thing. Maybe women are different when it comes to that, but I don't know. Hey, if you have the money and you're not harming me.
That's not a man-woman thing. That's sane people and insane people.
Yeah, but these dudes, man, I don't know where they're getting their money. There was a guy that had 10 of these.
What does he do?
I don't know. That's the thing.
He works in an office and saves up his money by living in his grandmother's basement, and then he buys a damn doll from somewhere in Japan and marries it, and then kills his grandmother and takes all her money and lives happily ever after with his rubber lover.
Well, there was a guy in Japan that did marry his PC. Yeah. There's
Alright, so what movies do you guys want to recommend?
Okay, well, that's wrecked for today.
Wait, wouldn't it be great if in the middle of the wedding ceremony you decided to run a Windows update?
We have to wait 45 minutes to complete the ceremony.
For it to give you
All
your
right, let's wrap this
Well,
fucker up.
it sounds like actually from what you guys are saying, and I think you would be really interested, and it's not a Marvel or comic movies, maybe Mission Impossible.
I would love to watch
Yes.
the new movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see it.
I am willing
So
to go
I'm-
for you guys. I'm not a
Yeah.
Mission Impossible person, but I'm willing to definitely go. And
You
do
know
this.
what? I think Eric said the perfect thing. It seems like that would be a good movie to go to, like tomorrow, sitting in a nice air-conditioned
Yeah.
theater.
That's I've been going
with
to
a
the theater
beer.
a lot.
Yeah, and
because of that.
Yeah, and just kick back and watch Mission
Okay.
Impossible. So.
All right.
You get to watch Tom Cruise do crazy shit,
He
And
does
break
that
his
in his regular life,
Yeah.
though.
but like fun crazy shit, not like
Okay.
creepy Scientology
Jumping on
crazy
couches
shit.
and
Yeah.
saying how much he loves Kitty Holmes.
This is completely off the subject here. I just recently started watching regular television again, like on Spectrum and
Team Mom too.
Cox and all that stuff. No, well, first
You
of all,
got cable.
Yeah,
Oh.
because we've always had it, but I never watched it because I watch like Netflix or whatever. Why are there so many goddamn commercials? Like you can't. There's like
Yeah,
five.
it's
Oh,
really
yeah,
hard.
if-
It's really hard to go back.
Yeah, if you try to go back, it's like
It's
like you're on
terrible.
acid.
It's
You
like
can't take
it's like
it.
5 minutes of the actual show, and then it's just all.
Can't-
these-
Because
can do
everyone
it.
has DVRs now, so they figure you can just fast forward through them.
We just recently got Hulu, and Hulu's terrible.
Ooh,
Really?
terrible.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch like 5 ads during this thing. Yeah, it's terrible.
so
Even when you pay for it?
yeah,
Yeah.
now on even on
You
Facebook,
pay extra not to.
even on Facebook, if there's like some video that comes up,
Yeah.
you'll start watching it, and it'll stop in the middle of the video
Yeah.
and run an ad.
Exactly. No, I know.
And it'll be
That's
like,
why I don't use Facebook.
yeah, it'll be like, yeah, your video will start again in
15 seconds.
15 seconds. I'm like, by that time, I would have killed everybody in the house because this shit is ridiculous. Anyway, that's my rant for the day.
I actually haven't had TV in 5 years.
Yeah, it's
so
great, isn't it?
I kind of miss it though,
Well,
because
I
there's so
I love
many.
not having TV.
I watch TV.
I mean,
just so
I
can
I don't
watch
even
old-
think about it.
Yeah, now I don't. But it's like when people mention certain shows, like I don't even know what's on TV anymore. So
Great.
You
It's
know
all
what?
garbage.
I don't even.
all
that's
garbage.
true. That's
I
true.
actually only watch it to watch old reruns of Law and Order. That's the only reason.
You just like hearing
That's
that.
got to be on a
dun, dun.
streaming service.
They actually
somewhere.
play that at my gym too.
I can't find it on a streaming service. I
Really?
can't find the DVDs
It's not on Netflix.
because I would buy the entire.
There's
the
probably
entire
too many
thing.
episodes. I can't fit all this on DVDs. There's not enough DVDs
something-
made.
Yeah, I'm just.
Or
like,
just maybe the demographic is like too old and not internet savvy.
probably not. Yeah, and you can't find it on YouTube.
That's crazy.
They had it. They had it on
That's gotta be a
Netflix for a
cash
little
cow.
while.
Like
It's
everybody
gotta
loves.
be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It ran for 14 seasons.
I thought it was longer actually.
No, it was
Well, there's like
14
8
seasons.
different Law and Orders too. Like
Well, that's how I felt about
Yeah,
NCIS.
well,
I really
the
liked
other
it.
the other Law and Orders, they suck. The original was good, but like the Criminal Intent and
Oh yeah, no.
Law and Order LA and all that, you can find those anywhere because they blow. So, but the original. That's
All
the
right.
shit.
On
All
that
right.
note,
On
that's
that
Sharp's
note,
advice.
don't go watch Jurassic World. What was it called? Jurassic World:
Fallen Kingdom.
The
Fallen
Fallen
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
By
the
a
new,
The fall of entertainment.
what's the new Mission Impossible called?
Wait, Fallen Kingdom, like it's like the fall of the franchise. It's kind of
Yeah.
Aw. So
Let's do
sad.
Mission Impossible
Mission
next.
Impossible is
Yeah.
Mission Impossible
Possible.
6. Yeah.
It's a number something.
All righty.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
And Amy.
And Amy.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.